Hello there, everyone. So good to be back here in Facebook Live and my YouTube subscribers. So happy to be here and continuing with chapter 4 of How Big Is Your Butt? And this week's chapter is called Breathe or It Can Make You Blue. So what does that even mean? If you've ever done any work with me or listened to any of my videos, you understand the power of the breath and how it affects us not only emotionally. What I mean by makes you blue, it means emotionally, but also literally can affect your oxygen in your level. I've been a nurse for 30 years and I am a hypnotherapist and I live in both worlds. And the breath really falls into that category. And I am Rene Brent. I am a clinical hypnotherapist in Maitland, Florida, and coming at you to talk about my best-selling book, How Big Is Your Butt? And Chapter 4, Breathe or It Can Make You Blue. So we must breathe. We absolutely have to breathe. And this is very interesting what happens when we're in stress or we're in anxiety or fear, because fear is a symptom. Anxiety is a symptom of fear, right? So if we're in that situation, we move in survival, we move into fight or flight. We just go. Everything just kind of moves so that everything about us is designed to help us survive. And our breath is the same. It's automatic. It's autonomic. You don't have to think about breathing. So your mind kind of does what it's supposed to do. And fight or flight is, hello, Hale, talking about breathing. And fight or flight is when you're in survival and everything about you kind of slows down and start a digestion, your ability to be creative, to problem solve. It's diminished because you don't really need it. You don't need to remember what you need to remember when you just need to get the hell out of there because you're running from a lion, right? Your body doesn't know the difference, whether you're stressed out about COVID, your job, what's going on with politics, or if you're just stressed, right? There's a lot going on. So we move into fight or flight, and one piece of that is fight, flight, or freeze. And the freeze part of it is what comes into this chapter, chapter 4, Breathe or It Can Make You Blue, because we as human beings want to pretend that's not there and hide. Freezes, as you know, the animals that just kind of roll over and play dead and they hold their breath. That's kind of what we do, hoping that the predator or whatever's making us afraid will go away. And we hold our breath. So therefore, we don't trust ourselves to handle whatever comes our way. We hold our breath, and we're also trying to suppress emotion. And that will make you blue one way or the other. So it's very, very important to remind yourself to breathe, especially when you're in fear or when you're in stress. So it's very important straight away to start paying attention to your breath and when you're holding your breath and when you're tensing up, because it's like you're preparing for the worst case scenario. My warriors out there, right, that move into fear and fear moves into anxiety. I'm sure that you're shallow breathers. So one of the first things that you can do to try and retrain your brain and your body to be calmer, to trust yourself, is by breathing. You know, my Apple Watch, I set my alarm for my breathing app, so it'll remind me every hour or so to take a breath. And sometimes like, ugh, but then I realize, you know what? I've been busy. I haven't been paying attention to my breath. So if you set an alarm every hour or you have your Apple Watch on and it could click at you, it's just a moment. Take a moment out, pay attention to what's going on in your physical body, in your emotional body, and take a breath. It's really helpful. It clears a lot of tension. When you clear a lot of tension, you also clear so much energy that you're not sure that you're holding down. You don't even think about it. So everything about my work is going in here, because happiness and clarity and ease and creation of your goals is all an inside job. And if you're not paying attention to what's going on the inside, then you're really not in this space where you're going to be proactive. You're not going to be able to create that. So a breath, it really is the easiest way. Funny story, one of my pet peeves, one of my triggers when I was young was people telling me, oh, Rene, settle down, just take a breath. I would just go, right? That was a trigger. You want to see me flare up? Tell me to take a deep breath, right? To me, it said so much more than just take a deep breath. And I hated it, and you couldn't say it to me. Well, my whole family knew that you couldn't say that to me. And I think it's very funny that that's what I do every single day. That's what I do here when I speak in public, when I speak online. I tell people how to breathe, and it's quite ironic. Now I understand. They might not even have known why they were telling me to take a breath, but instinctually they knew that if you breathe, then you will allow emotion, and you'll feel less hyper, less sad even when you breathe, because you're trusting yourself to take that breath. So what does the breath look like? Listen, there are lots of ways to breathe and pay attention, and everybody has their own method. But simple enough. Everything about my work is simple. If you watched my videos or you've done any personal work with me, is I like to be logical and I like to be practical. So sometimes if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, 4, 8, 2, 4, 8, whatever you're doing, right? See, I can't even get it. It's so annoying to me to try and count. Really, all you have to do is be aware of a full inhale. So do it now with me. Take a full inhale. See what you don't have to count. A full inhale means full, and a long, slow exhale. I tell people all the way to the bottom of the breath. When you think that you've gone far enough, go a little bit farther. And each time you do that, you're going to go a little bit farther. Because something happens when we're constricted in our breath all the time. You get contractual, your diaphragm and your muscles around that contract a little bit. So when people tell me it's hard for me to catch my breath, well, it is, because now you've trained your muscles for shallow breathing. So there is some anatomical stuff that you're going to have to overcome when you're taking a breath. So full inhale, long, slow exhale. And just do that. Just do 5 of those. Do 4 of those. My God, just do 3 of those. And you're sending a different message in all kinds of ways. You're sending it to your nervous system, rest and digest. Your vagal nerve, your vagus nerve, runs from your cranial nerve number 10 down through into your heart and into your gut. If you know my work again, you know that we have 3 brains, right? We have our head, our heart, and our gut. Why do we have 3 brains? It's based on neurotransmitters, neurons, and cells. And we used to think it was only in our brain, but they're really each. So we really do have 3 brains based on that. And that vagal nerve sends signals all the way down through all of those. And it's in charge of helping us fight, flight, or freeze, or rest and digest. Hi, Wendy. So happy that you joined us today. So if you're holding your breath and trying to suppress and pretend like things aren't caving in or the predator's going to go away, right? The unknown worriers, you create your own scenarios and your mind doesn't know the difference between real or imagined. So you're creating all these boogeymen in your life or situations, right? You're going to be in fight or flight. And what you do is you tense and you hold your breath. When you hold your breath, you're tensing here, right? And this goes down through your diaphragm. So you're squeezing on the very nerve that's deciding if you're in fight or flight or if you're in rest and digest, right? That's called sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic nervous system, for all you science geeks out there who want to know. It's based on chemistry and it's based on our internal triggers. So if you're holding your breath, you are tightening. Imagine tightening that nerve, and you're saying, "Oh boy, the lion's coming any minute. We better get out of here," right? If you want to rest and digest and give a different message of relax, imagine taking a breath again with me. Full breath in, long, slow exhale, all the way to the bottom. So now you're relaxing your neck and you're relaxing the diaphragm. And you're relaxing and you're sending in a different message. So breathing, 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 or it can make you blue. It's really about learning to trust yourself. And this stuff that I teach is really about understanding what's going on with your body and how so beautifully, right? The mind and the body are so beautifully connected that our thoughts create this automatic, autonomic, subconscious reaction to that. So we have to understand what's happening so we can, on the other side, flip it and reverse it and shift our reaction to anything that's coming our way. We don't have to be happy about things that are happening. I tell people this all the time. You know, we're almost 6 months into a really challenging time in our history in many, many ways. So it's very hard to be happy about what's going on, right? To not be a little bit of fear or worry about what's happening. So I suggest to people to go into neutral. And if you are happy about things that are going on, there's a lot of guilt, right? That people are like, I don't want to say I'm happy because there's so much going on that's really insensitive to me, right? That's insensitive of me. So it's really about going into neutral. And when you go into neutral, and the easiest way to do that, to pay attention, the first thing that you can do is what? To breathe. Because now you're sending all kinds of message neurologically, chemically, right? Structurally, oxygen is a chemistry, right? To say we're okay. We're okay right now. And bring it all in. If you like to count and it helps you to do a count and it distracts you from anything else, go ahead and do that. But I personally just like a full inhale and a long, slow exhale. Excellent. So that's the first part that I want to talk about today. Now, how many of you, I know I can't see you, but I like to ask this question so you can, everything is meant for you to look within. How many of you are shallow breathers? How many of you have a hard time taking a deep breath? My smokers say, oh, I can't take a deep breath. I'm a smoker, you know? And I laugh, I giggle. I go, guess what? Smokers take the biggest breath of anybody. Smokers. Guess what you've just done if you're a smoker? You've taken a big inhale and a long, slow exhale. And that is why smokers feel calmer and relaxed after they smoke. It's not about the nicotine, my friends, because nicotine is a stimulant. It is about the breath. So smokers take big breaths every time they smoke. So this is one of the ways, the first things I tell my smokers to stop so they can release smoking. Because smoking is not their friend. Most people who smoke have a intimate relationship. It's their friend. Smoking's helped me through all my troubles. It's helped me get through it. Guess what? Smoking is not your friend. It's the friend that comes over and is trying to help you, but when you're not looking, goes into your purse and steals your money. Smoking does that. It steals your health. It steals away your lungs. It steals away your life force because your breath is your life force. So my smokers, I shift them and understand that smoking's not your friend, but when you breathe, you're doing exactly what I just said. So try to breathe without smoking. Take 3 breaths before you light up a cigarette, and then if you want to smoke, then smoke a half a cigarette. This is not about smoking, but it's important when we're talking about breath for you to understand. And so take those deep breaths, but do it without smoking, right? Just pretend if you have to. And long, slow exhale, right? Very, very important. The breath is very primal. I told you, it's really all about survival, and it gets our attention. And so it's very important to understand that you can't outthink this. You need to pay attention to it. That's why you set your alarm in the beginning, so you can pay attention to your breath. If you know the alpha sequence, this is why I have people just put their hands, of course, to their jaw and see if it's tense. If it's tense, guess what you're doing? You're holding your breath. So the alpha sequence, you can see it on many of my things because it's that important, is relaxing that, relaxing your tongue, your jaw, and breathing is part of that. And every chance that you get through the day is breathe, relax, breathe, bring down things, breathe, get more oxygen, breathe, let yourself know that you're okay and you're safe. When you do that again and again and again and again, you're going to feel more in control in your life. It's going to show up in really remarkable ways. It's incredible. Breath is our life. It's so important. Whether you're surviving and thriving or you're just getting by and holding on and holding your breath and pretending like the world is not around you. We have to become the observers, and the way to do that is to get above it and rise above it by lightening up and taking a breath and looking down. And you can do more than being alive. In the book, I talk about the definition of breath, which is to inhale and exhale air using your lungs. This is why it's important to have healthy lungs. Hi, Gabriella Chantel. So nice that you joined me. It's really about understanding your body and inhaling and exhale. This is life. We have to take care of our lungs. If you've ever seen anyone dying from emphysema or lung cancer, as a nurse and a medical nurse and an ICU nurse and a mother who died from cancer, I understand the power of the breath. And it's very scary and it gets very primal. And so it's very important to take care of that and to use it, right? We were given this incredible thing called our lungs, who can take in oxygen and leave, and we don't even have to think about it. That's pretty amazing, right? The other definition is to be alive or to live, right? Again, it's our breath. But we can do more than just be alive. We can live. We can train our brain to find the joy, to look through a different lens, to relax, to just be calm. Do you know how many people in my chair say, I just want some peace. I don't even need to be happy all the time. I just want, shh, as Hale wrote in here, shh, let's be very quiet. Yes, it's hard to be quiet if you're tense. It's hard to trust yourself if you're telling yourself every day, I cannot handle my life. I cannot handle emotions, and you keep pushing it down by holding your breath. This is the message you're telling yourself every time you suppress your emotions by suppressing your breath. It's really about learning to allow emotions. 3 things that you can do with emotions is you can shove it down. And I tell people, how's that working out? Not very good. The other one is it punches up somewhere else, right? You're either screaming at someone about nothing else. This is what road rage is about. People don't get out of the car and beat somebody up, because, they brake check them or they're going too slow. No. It's because everything else just popped up right in that moment. They couldn't handle it, losing it, and everything comes up. So suppression is not a way to live. It's not a way to thrive. It's a message that you don't want to tell yourself. Every single day, you need to wake up and be your own best friend. Nobody's going to do it for you. No one's going to take care of you. And if you're beating yourself up, who's going to want to help you with that? Nobody. So the only one that's going to do it, again, it's an inside job. You have to take care of yourself. And breathing, the breath, is an incredible way to be able to do that, to take care of yourself on all levels, emotionally, physically, spiritually, emotionally as well. I said that twice because it's that important. See how I did that? Good. The other one is to allow. When you allow emotion, right, this is a definition. When you breathe, the definition of one of them is to allow. Imagine. This is a scientific definition, which means to allow. They're talking about allowing breath, but allowing emotion, allowing a release. When you breathe, full inhale, long exhale, it's just like you've just released some pressure off the pressure cooker. If you knew that and you could do that every day, imagine how it could just show up for you. And you could thrive. You don't need to just be alive. It's not enough. Our human spirit, our human mind is not satisfied with just being alive. We're always looking to thrive. We're always looking to live and do it in a peaceful, calm, joyful way. And it's very hard to do that if your heart is heavy. Matthew Brownstein, who's the director, who's the developer of the school that I teach for in Tampa, always said, and it always spoke to me, which is that, and I share it with you now, is if your heart is busy, your mind is going to be busy. So if you have all these spinning thoughts, we don't try to stop the thoughts. We go to the heart. We find out what's going on in our heart, because if you quiet your heart, you will quiet your mind. We quiet our heart, we gain awareness of our heart and what's really going on for us by what? By breathing. Sounds simple? It is. It's that simple. Because when you trust your emotions, you allow, you flow, you let some of that steam off, then you're going to start being able to trust other things that come up for you and your truth about how you're feeling about your life, what's hurting you, what's helping you. See it from this different lens. But if your heart is heavy, your mind will be busy. And if your heart is busy and your mind is busy, guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to breathe, and you're not going to sleep. So if you're having a hard time sleeping, breath through the day will help you. I don't know if any of you have heard of, and again, if you're here, and you can just type in any questions. If not, if you're listening to me on YouTube, anyone can go to the YouTube channel, Rene, Brent, Hypnosis, and each chapter will be on that. If you've missed, you're coming into number 4, you can go there and listen to 1 through 3, and do that. Missed my point. Wow, I'm all over the place today. I love it. My brain is busy and my heart is great right now. So it's really about breathing and not pushing down, and living and thriving. I forget my point, but it'll come back to me. There is breathing. Now, in my office, if you've ever worked with me, you know that I will say, hey, there's something we do called breath work. And breath work really is one of my favorite modalities. Why? I have a special connection to it because it really helped me clear a lot in my personal life. This is my modality for healing in my life, and I still continue to do it to help me kind of keep clear and gain awareness. So breath is that important. In breath work, when you're doing it with me, it's hard to do on your own. I can't even do breath work on my own, but it's because it's long. We do it about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on what comes up and how quickly you move through it. But it's really a cyclic breathing. It's from stomach to chest and out, which is through your mouth and out through your mouth. It's hyperoxygenating. It's not hyperventilating. But what it does is wow, you really get this breath moving. And people will tingle, and people will feel like the vibration's on in the chair. I don't have vibration on in the chair. If you've done it with me, I see a couple people here that may have experienced that. But it's really about breathing and moving the energy. When you move your energy and you allow emotion, you clear. We are emotional hoarders. We keep all this stuff down. If you're suppressing and you're holding your breath, it's like you have, you're a hoarder and you have all this stuff stacked in case I need that emotion later, in case I need to remember that, right? And it's not serving you. It's in your way of getting out and clearing and understanding what's outside the door of change. So when I do breath work with someone, it's remarkable. And it's hard. It's intense. I have to tell you, I always say breath work's better when it's over. But if you haven't experienced, and if you ever want to, just call me and I'll talk to you about it, or we could set something up. But it's amazing, this breath, and clear it. And but again, it's hard to do every day. And so I love breath work. It's very enlightening. And yeah, Hale says, I feel like I'm holding lightning. It does. It feels like you can shoot, like you have a superpower and you can just shoot it out. And what you're doing is you're vibrating and you're shaking all of this energy that's stuck. It's that you've been holding down, because our thoughts create chemistry, and that chemistry is translated in our body. And if we're not allowing that, then we're just pushing it down. We must allow emotion. We must allow our truth, and your heart will quiet. Your breath will stabilize, and your mind will go still. Go into neutral. It's much easier to go to neutral if you allow yourself to breathe. But Wim Hof, I don't know if any of you heard of Wim Hof. Wim Hof is they call him the Iceman, and I think he's Dutch. And he was doing incredible things like in the Arctic, and just remarkable feats of nature, right? Physical feats of nature. And people asked him what he's doing. And he is doing this breathing method. And this is a great way, if you're not going to do breath work with me in my office supervised professional breath work, I send people over to Wim Hof. And you can find it online. It's WIMHOF, Wim Hof. And it's something that you can do for 5 or 10 minutes a day. And it's going to keep your breath clear. And it's remarkable. If you do it, it says you're going to increase your energy, you're going to decrease your stress, increase sleep, focus, and your creativity. And it's really like a altered state, like a meditation. But if you're interested in breath and you know you need to breathe more, just try it out. Go, they have some free stuff, or they have courses online, Wim Hof method. And if you do that every day, it's going to be really remarkable. And you don't want to suppress. Excellent. All right. And this is the thing. Most of us hold our breath in fear. We're fear of our emotions, right? Fear leads to anxiety. Worry leads to fear. Fear leads to anxiety. I'm finishing my book on the worry agreement, breaking the worry agreement. That should be out in late September or October. I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. But for my worriers, I'm going to encourage you to do some breathing that will help you on the other end of this, release worry, slow down worry so you're not amping up fear, so you don't move into anxiety. You do not have to accept anxiety. You don't. But you just know how to get at it. If you're in anxiety or in panic, you're a little late behind. The horse is in a gallop back to the barn. You need to be on the horse and pull the reins when you ever feel it acting up. So listening to your body, preempting the thoughts, quieting down your heart and your mind, you have to do that ahead of time. If you do that again, and the way to do that is what? Is by breathing. It really is, and it really is. I know it sounds so simple, and it is. It's very simple. So set an alarm each hour just give yourself 7 days to do it. Perhaps go check out Wim Hof and breathe and breathe and breathe and clear and allow. And notice how it shows up in most remarkable ways for you. Because when you allow emotion, it's just like you breathe it away. It's pretty remarkable. So do yourself that favor. We're doing great today on time. I am going to do a meditation now. And of course, I love it. I know people join me to be able to do the meditations. And this meditation today is going to be about breath. I'm going to really move a lot of energy for you to clear, pay attention to our breath while we're going in this state of hypnosis. And then I'm going to do some color work. If you've never done a color meditation, it's really quite beautiful and relaxing. I will guide you through this, but I just like to tell you what you can expect. You are going to just go into a relaxed state. Find somewhere right now where you're not going to be disturbed, where you can be quiet, let your mind go where it needs to go. It's safe. You're always in control. Please don't do this if you're driving. Don't listen to it while you're driving because your mind will relax, and I don't want any responsibility for that. Let me know that. So what I'm going to have you do is just scan your body and see if there's any areas where you feel any tension or any stress, and you could put a color to that. Sometimes those tight no feelings, those uncomfortable feelings, sometimes they're darker. Trust what comes up for you. And then I'm going to have you do your breath, and we're going to breathe. Take some full inhales and some slow exhales, and you're going to bring in a color that represents maybe calm, or maybe peace, or maybe neutral. And you're going to bring that color in through your breath and let it go right into the areas of your body that need it, that represent that. And we're going to breathe in this beautiful color, and we're going to exhale anything that's in the way of peace or calm or whatever it is. Find a word right now that represents how you want to feel when you leave this meditation. It may be peace, it may be calm, it may be neutral, it may be happy, it may be confident, right? Connected, whatever it is, trust what comes up for you. And then I'm going to have you let that color represent that word. All right, excellent. Let's get started. Eyes closed. Take a big breath in. Woo. Full exhale. Let's clear away the conversation. With every breath that you're taking through this meditation, you're just going to go deeper and deeper and just allow my voice to go with you. And it's almost like the noises outside will be at a distance. They will not bother you. Allow you to go where you need to go today. Safe and comfortable and relaxed. Good. Let's do this with your eyes closed now. Just keep your eyes closed. As your eyes are closed, imagine in front of you. You don't have to see it. Just have the intention or the thought. It's all the same. As your eyes are closed, just imagine that you see a light, a moon, a candle in front of you in that velvety darkness. As you're staring at that light, take a full inhale and a long, slow exhale. Good. Focusing on that light. It might be getting a little bigger or brighter as you're staring at it. Take another full inhale and exhale, noticing how your jaw and your tongue are relaxed. Every inhale, again, and exhale, just relax. Notice how your breath is just moving through your body. Your arms and legs are getting heavier. Just Dropping in, perhaps you can feel the chair or the bed underneath you. You're relaxed, almost as like you're laying on a cloud, breathing normally now. Now I'm going to count from 5 down to 1. And each descending number, just allowing yourself to relax. Go deeper into that space in your head, noticing every breath is leading you there. 5, fixating your eyes on that line. 4, coming clear, focusing there, staying in the moment. 3, noticing how you just want to relax even more, go deeper. Staying focused there. 2, take another breath in. And 1, exhale. Almost as though your exhale just turns off the light, blows out the candle, and allows you to just float into this space, open up to this space in your head. In this velvety darkness, expand past that space and just float and be a human being, not a human doing. Just be in the moment. Everything else can wait. Just pay attention to your breath. Breathe in and exhale, and notice how you just go deeper and deeper with every breath, with every word you hear me say, with every sound that you notice. You'll go deeper and deeper relax. To help you relax even more, I am going to count from 10 down to 1. If you want to count along or faster, go ahead. Or you just want to listen to my words and be in the moment, go ahead and do that. But each number that you hear, you become more and more relaxed. And when we get to that number 1, you'll be far more deeply relaxed. 10, going deeper, deeper, and deeper relaxed. 9, down, down, every breath, every exhale. Feeling your body becoming more relaxed and lighter and lighter. 8 and 7, deeper relaxed, deeper relaxed, deeper relaxed. 6, down, down. Permission to just let go. Nobody wants anything, nobody needs anything. Taking care of yourself in this moment and breathing. Imagine every breath is clearing away any issue in your life right now. Just giving you space and room and distance. 5 and 4, more relaxed. More relaxed. More relaxed. 3, down, 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 letting go. 2, deeper now with every breath. Full breath, deeper now. Good. Just allowing, holding our breath doesn't make the issues go away. Each breath allows you that opportunity to hold space, to let your mind and body know you're okay. Go to neutral. You can trust that you can handle whatever comes your way. And the truth is, you have already survived every one of those days before. 2 and 1, deeper relax, deeper relax, deeper relax. Good. Just pay attention to your breath now. It's all about the breath. Notice that you just get a little lighter. Maybe it was harder for your breath in the beginning. And get an idea of that word that you want to represent, how you want to feel when you leave this meditation today. Just allow that to come in. If there's any resistance, if there's any part of you that's saying, can't happen, just push that side aside. We don't want to suppress it. Just ask it to go sit next to you and just give you the space today. Just relax. And notice what that word means to you that you've created. Maybe it's peace, maybe it's freedom, quiet, whatever it is. And I want you to just take a moment and just imagine what life would be like if you could create that every day. If your automatic go-to was that space of peace, of freedom, confidence, joy. So just let yourself go on a little journey, because when you're this relaxed, on a little journey, and just see what's waiting for you from that place. Maybe it's you're more connected to your body, you're sleeping. I'm going to be quiet for a moment. Let your mind show you what you need to know. Notice how your body's reacting to that image, that vision, that thought. If it's that positive feeling in your human body, your body's probably trying to warm up. It warms up a little bit. It opens up, feels lighter. This is the power of the thought. This is the power of seeing beyond your immediate experience and seeing what's waiting for you if you believe it's going to happen. See that life of freedom, whatever it looks like. Maybe it's just you're trusting yourself each and every day. Moving step by step to your goal only by breathing. It'll propel you right to it. So think about your word. Think about what that means for you. Take a full inhale and a long, slow exhale, and really connect to your body. If there's any tension in your body, then just ask it to step aside or breathe into it. That word is going to represent a color now. So scan your body if there's any area that's tight, if there's any area that's resisting, any area that you may not even feel. Sometimes we block so much we don't feel our lower abdomen or our heart, or your chin down. So think of your word, let it represent a color for you. Breathe. Trust what comes up for you. It may be a thought, you may actually be seeing it now. And I want you to breathe in. Full inhale, really feel it going in. And exhale, going to all those parts of the body that need your attention. I just want you to feel how it can neutralize any areas that are tight. Breathe in that color, that feeling, that vision, and just let it move. You don't have to control this. Just pay attention to your breath. Breathe in that color, that representation of that life, that word, and exhale anything that's in the way of that. And that tension may also be an emotion or belief, but you don't have to understand it. You may, and you can blow it out. Let go of it. Breathe in. Full, long, slow exhale. Let it move through your body. Exhale. Now I'm going to help you take this energy through your whole body now, again. And we're going to let it move through every cell, every muscle, every fiber. So imagine that beautiful energy that represents that life, that word, your way of being. Let it imagine that it's just around you. Every breath you're breathing it in, but it's soaking in. Maybe it's warm, maybe it's cool. Even if you feel like you're making it up, trust it. We make up stuff all the time. And that becomes our reality. Imagine it soaking into your forehead, in your eyes, and behind your eyes. Down into your jaw and your throat. If your mind is busy, that's okay. You're meant to think. You don't have to suppress it, just move it aside with every breath. Let that beautiful energy, that color just soak into your brain and any areas of your body, of your brain that might be resisting or feel like they're firing fast. Just let that energy with every breath go in and move in and quiet and calm. Just give you the space. As it moves into your jaw and your tongue, relaxing, and allow you to go even deeper now. Your scalp, the back of your neck, down in your throat, opening up the space, giving you room to speak your truth, to set your boundaries, to know that your voice matters. Let that energy, that beautiful color, just move through, expand, and allow. Let it move into your shoulders, your arms, your elbows, your forearms and hands, fingertips. And it's all the way to your fingertips, and imagine that you could open them up and cork them. And right in the space you find yourself, and imagine that beautiful energy. Every breath that you're breathing is also moving through. And it's moving through your mind, quieting things down, and out your fingers. Letting go of anything that's in the way of your vision of your life. You may or may not be aware of it, and that's okay. Any block, just let this beautiful energy, this beautiful color, just help you release anything that's in the way of you, step by step getting there. The mind likes small steps. Let that energy just continue to flow through and out your fingers. Beautiful. Little lightning here today. And I love it. That's the exclamation mark. Beautiful. Let every sound that you hear take you deeper. As you breathe in now, let this really move into your chest, this beautiful color, this beautiful energy, this breath of life, of living. Let it move into your heart. Every inhale and every exhale, opening up your heart to your truth, to your vision, to your goals. And as you breathe in and exhale, this energy is going to move through quiet, calm, relaxed. Remember, we quiet our heart, we quiet our mind. Let it go of anything that's in the way. It's okay. It's okay to let it go. It's safe to let it go. As you let it go, it will actually help you find solutions for anything that's going on for you. So give yourself the space and time as it breathes. That can continue moving through your heart as this energy, this color, as you breathe in, as it soaks in down your spine, your upper, middle, and lower back, every muscle, nerve, and fiber just relaxing, releasing, letting go. Just let it spread and move through to any areas of your body that hold that extra exhale, that other color that's in the way. Inhale this beautiful color, exhale anything that's in the way. Dilute, expand, cut, and paste. Notice how your body's feeling. Relax. Trust. Trust what's coming up for you. With every breath as it moves now into all your internal organs, quieting, calming, settling things down, your deep inner mind's listening, knowing that you're moving every day with every breath towards that goal, towards this word of calm, of peaceful joy, whatever it is for you. Let it move into your hips and your legs, your knees and behind your knees, shins, calves, feet and toes. If there's any area that feels a little stuck or locked off, just let this energy continue to flow through it. As you open up your toes and let this energy come in with every breath, down, diluting, exhaling anything that's in the way. Let this energy move through your mind, out your fingers, down, out your feet, clearing and releasing this river of energy. You don't have to know, just allow. So, be the observer of this energy flowing through and letting go. If there's anything you want to add to it, just go ahead. Just imagine that you're standing on a bridge and you can just throw whatever's in your way out and release. Let that transformed energy releasing anything that will continue through your day, tomorrow. Let that energy come into your toes, closing off your toes, into your fingers, closing off your fingers. Let this beautiful healing energy, this color, just go anywhere that your body that needs it. Sometimes it's people's gut. Sometimes it's their heart, sometimes it's their head. Let it go where it needs to go today. Then deep inner mind will help it move through, clear and release. Every breath that you take through the rest of the day and tomorrow, and anytime you actively take a breath and exhale, you're going to breathe in this beautiful color, reaching your goal and releasing anything that's in the way of the life that you want to create, knowing every day and every way your life's getting better and better, but you're the only one that can do it. You're the only one that can do it. You must practice happy. And by giving yourself the opportunity to go into a quiet space, to breathe, to trust yourself, and just understand your truth, that you are strong and capable, an important part of this world. Excellent. If you want to just relax and go off and drift off, go ahead. You could ignore the following suggestion. If it's your time and you want to come back, I am going to count from 1 to 5 to bring you back to your regular waking consciousness. 1, coming back more and more to the sound of my voice. 2, allowing this energy each day, each breath that you take, move through and continue to clear and release. 3, rested and refreshed. You'll remember this entire session, and you'll keep that vision of how you want your life to be so clearly. That's the lens that you'll manage your life through. 4, beautiful energy that continuing to move, and when you're ready on number 5, eyes open, back here to regular waking consciousness. I want to thank you for joining me and watching this video. If you have any questions, you can contact me at ReneBrentHypnosis.com. You could schedule a call, or you can email me at ReneBrentHypnosis@iCloud.com. I'd love to answer any questions that you have. If you've missed any of the chapters, go to Rene Brent Hypnosis at YouTube. And please know that breath will help you live the life that you want to live. It really is that simple. Now, my next chapters, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. On August 24th, it's a Monday. My next chapter is called Happiness. Is it one size fits all? Spoiler alert, it's no. And on chapter 6 is going to be You Got to Move It. And that's on Wednesday, September 2nd. And they're in the afternoon. One's at 12, and I think one's at 3. So I'm trying to switch it up and give you guys some opportunity. But no, if you do miss it, you can always go to YouTube, Rene Brent Hypnosis. Have a great day. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Practice happy, and know that you got this. Bye now.